voter has the tabulator will prompt the voter about their error and offer the voter a second chance to correct their ballot. So in a hand marked paper ballot scenario, if the voter selects your name and then crosses or fills in the oval beside your name, and then crosses it out and fills in an oval below your name in the same contest, and it was only a vote for one contest, they're the ones that in-person voting, the voter themselves is feeding their ballot in the tabulator, and the tabulator will prompt them of their mistake, so they have a chance to correct it themselves. You don't need an adjudication panel because the voter can correct it for themselves. The issue arises in absentee voting, where the ballot has been now separated from the voter because it has been sent through the mail. And we are without the adjudication process, you're not giving that voter the same chance. So it's obviously different, but the states that allow it have very strict rules and offer guidance to the bipartisan adjudication panels of what they are and aren't allowed to do per state and local law.
Thank you. In the situations where they choose to use digital adjudication, such as at TCF or other mostly larger counties, and a computer that is local area network connected to the tabulator, what is to, you answered earlier, it's up to the locals to provide the security, but if they were to allow that computer to be connected to outside networks, does that present a vulnerability to the tabulator's programming?
Well, the system, as I said, is designed not to be connected. So if they're running certified software on those systems that are not connected to the internet, the record of what the adjudication panel is doing gets appended to the original ballot image, and they are available for audit. So these are questions best answered by the election officials that work to secure that location, because you can imagine conceptually that's just as dangerous as not having control of your in-person voting precinct. Back to the example of your home county, if you didn't trust the poll worker and you didn't trust all of the bipartisan watchers, that speaks to the security of the overall process, not to the accuracy of the
Thank you for understanding, guys. Can
As
you hear
I
me
said
talk?
in my opening statement, the true test of a tabulation system such as ours is in the manual recount and an audit that is taking place, and that is something that is always available to do.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
I guess and I know we're bouncing around. In Antrim County, the report says that there is a period of time where there isn't any security logs. What is the explanation for that?
So, Senator, I've only had a cursory review of what I consider the bias in the report that came up. I've also had a chance to cursory review, I should say, of the Secretary of State's response, which I frankly agree with the response that was issued recently to that report. As I've mentioned earlier, Dominion did not program Antrim County. We have no access to their systems. We are still not in possession of any of the logs or any of the databases or any of the election material from Antrim County. And so, as I said, a lot of the arguments are incomprehensible to me, but then again, I haven't seen any of the files, so I can't comment on what it is they're looking for, other than I know some of the conclusions were wrong and false.
Okay. Senator Tice has some questions.